Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gregory Martin, aka the Super Producer. Here we review movies, TV series, discuss filmmaking tips, and entertainment news. If that's something that's interesting to you, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to ring that bell. It keeps you notified whenever I post a new video, and it also helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's review. And today we're reviewing the sci-fi drama series Away. And I have to say, and this probably is recency bias, it's something that I feel is one of the best contemporary space series that I've seen in a long time. This is by far one of the most realistic ones that I've seen, and it's something that I believe in the next 15 to 20 years that we will actually start seeing missions like this where we actually send people to Mars. Now, the series follows Swank, who plays astronaut Emma Green, who leaves her husband and teenage daughter behind to command this mission to Mars with its international crew. This mission is something that Emma has been working towards her entire life and is going to be the mission that defines her career. Her crew consists of a arrogant but funny Russian cosmonaut who has logged more time in space than any of the characters. We also have a Chinese chemist. We have a British botanist who's never been in space before. And we also have this Indian medical officer who is second in command. Now, the crew really does not trust Emma's ability to lead them. She has already shown in various situations that she can fold under the pressure or doesn't make really good decisions sometimes. And I don't really blame the crew for feeling that way. There are plenty of times in the episodes that I feel like, why are they following this woman? She's going to lead them to their demise. Yet, because the plot needs it to, they don't, mutiny against her. But on the flip side, I wouldn't see how they would be able to reconcile getting to Mars and getting through all the turmoil that happens on the mission if they did not leave things as they were with this drama. Speaking of drama, this series was so damn dramatic. Like, at certain points of watching the series, I didn't think we were ever going to get back on track to discussing the mission at hand because of all the chaos that was happening with the crew in the spaceship and with what was happening with the various characters' families back on Earth. Like, it was just so much drama happening. On Emma's side, her husband is a NASA engineer who suffers from CCM, which is a disease that I had no idea about prior. And she also has a daughter who's suffering from being a teenager. The Russian cosmonaut, he has a daughter who, is estranged from him. He really doesn't want anything to do with him because she feels like he abandoned her when she was a child, and she holds on to that resentment. We have a Chinese chemist who is in love with a woman down back in Earth. The Chinese government found out and took her off of the communications because they didn't want her to embarrass them as a country. And then we have the botanist who, nothing really happens to him per se. The only thing that really happens is his plants die in space, which, probably is a sad thing if you're a botanist. And then you have the second in command who actually gets mono while in space and nearly kills the crew, and then confesses his love to Emma, who is a married woman, and she clearly loves her husband. It was a lot. It was just a lot of stuff going on. It almost gets to the point where this series is more about the drama than the space mission. But I understand it being the pilot season that you have to get as much character development as possible because going forward, there's going to be new storylines and story arcs. It is dramatic, but it is something you can definitely power through. I powered through it, and even though some of it was corny, I will say a lot of the episodes that had a lot of this drama ended on really, really positive messages, lessons, and just different, they just had very cool sayings. Like the writing was really good in explaining or putting a bow on the episode and the tension for us to move on through the end of the episode into a new episode. So they did a really good job of doing that, the writing. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this series, and I know this is an original series, but I really like that they took inspiration from past space films to put into this series. I really felt like the production team probably watched, Interstellar, Inception, those Christopher Nolan movies, and really wanted to make a soundtrack that really embodied the series. And just listening to the soundtrack, listening to the music when they were going through the different moods, it really reminded me of those scores, those Hans Zimmer scores. I really enjoyed that, even though I felt some of the scores were very similar with the same chords and things like that of those movies. I really did appreciate some of the flips that they did on those soundtracks, on those songs, and really used it to really enhance the storytelling. I think that really helped. My only complaint with this entire series was with the gravity situation. They were not very consistent with how they applied the zero gravity. In some scenes you saw them floating around, other scenes you saw them like eating food or whatever, but you saw like their but they had anything that could float away kind of like tethered down to a table. So it really just didn't make sense. It just wasn't consistent. And I think it got to a point where the filmmakers were like, F it, who cares? It's about telling the story, and I think they were right. I noticed it every time, but it ended up not being that big of a deal, even though it was very noticeable to me. Well, that is my review for Away. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the review. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next one.